welcome back to the Dahlia Society. I'm Kristen, and today, the dress I promised you, the Going Places dress from Pattern Emporium. So glad you could join me today. The weather here is perfect. We've been in the midst of a little mini heat wave. Tomorrow, believe it or not, is 43 degrees, which is crazy. You want to be comfortable, not only weather-wise, but also with what we're wearing. The perfect party dress I have here planned for you is the Pattern Emporium Going Places dress. For my subscribers on YouTube, I ran a little bit of a poll. I promised to make a Going Places dress, and I had three options which I couldn't decide between the green velvet, there's a black ponte, and it was a red and pink print. And overwhelmingly, I think it was nearly 70% the green velvet won out, of course, because we can't get enough of green velvet or any type of luxurious velvet for the festive season. So I ended up ordering some green velvet, and it took a long time to come. I was a bit concerned it wasn't going to come in time. So in the meantime, I made a panne velvet version, which went horribly wrong for me because, of course, I need something with a bit more body and structure in the fabric, and I wanted to have more of a structured knit. Panne velvet, of course, is the drapiest knit you can get. So after making the style and seeing how easy it was to make, I thought I'm not going to give up on this. I'm just going to pick a more suitable fabric. I gave the panne velvet, the bottle green, to my daughter who performed at the Carols by Candlelight. She loved it, and of course it was oversized on her and drapey, so it looked perfect. It almost looked like 1920s kind of looking gown. It wasn't the way the pattern was intended to look because it was so drapey. I had to then redo it and do it in the right type of fabric. So fabric choice is extremely important. Don't forget to look at the advised fabrics that you can play with. This pattern has got a huge range of knits. That's why I was a little bit confused. Say an ITY jersey, a rayon jersey. There's a lot of drapey jerseys, and it also listed a lot of structured jerseys like your scuba, your ponte, and anything like a kind of a tighter weave knit. So that's the sort of a fabric I was wanting to go for. I decided to redo the dress. This time, instead of the boat neck, which I chose the first time around, I decided I felt I needed a bit more of an open sort of neckline for myself. There are so many versions you can choose from, which can get a little bit daunting if someone's undecided or if they really have trouble making their mind up on what style suits them or what they want to go for. You can see on the pattern description, it'll show you all the versions that they do. There is a high square, a low square, which is kind of a square rounded, mind you, a boat neck, a normal scoop, a babe scoop, which is a really low one, and a ballet scoop, which is just in the middle there. So quite a lot of necklines. And when you're cutting out your pattern, you need to look at all the guidelines, and you'll see you've got all those neckline versions. The sleeves are the same, but you can also do a strappy bit at the back, which is like a double crossover strap, which is quite interesting. So a very bra-friendly style, which I love that about it. I can wear my normal bra with it. Other variances are, it is either a normal knee, just under the knee length, or a above knee or a midi. And you can add the flounce on, which is what I did. I absolutely love the flounce style. And Kate from Pattern Emporium, she did a lot of video when the pattern first got launched. She did a lot of videoing showing all the different makes and styles. So pop over to the Pattern Emporium website if you want to see all the versions of Kate modeling. They just go on and on and on, and so many fantastic and inspiring ideas with fabric and choices. And it's not for the faint-hearted. This pattern, you need to be a little bit more of the confident person to wear it, because it is very figure hugging, and it's something that I normally shy away from. I normally don't go so sort of form fitting with my clothing. I like it to be more of a drapey fit. So I thought, because it's something a bit more out of my comfort zone, I sometimes like to challenge myself a little bit and see what I can get away with and what fabrics I find flatter my figure. So I decided I wanted to go for more of that structured heavyweight knit, because with the lighter weight knit, I don't like the fact that you can see all your lumps and bumps, your nickel lines and that kind of thing. And it does It does pay to wear either smoothing underwear or a slip underneath if you're going to go for more of a lightweight jersey, only because you can see a lot of those lines and elastic and that sort of thing underneath the dress. So you want to make it look nice and streamlined and smooth. Now the flounce style dress, which is what I've got at the moment, it almost reminds me a little bit of the Jessica Rabbit. It's like the 1940s vintage style figure hugging dress that flutes out at the bottom. I normally shy away from anything figure hugging, but I decided to go all out with this with the green velvet and just showcase the style as for what it was intended to look like. Anything directional, you want to make sure your pattern's all running the same direction, same length. Also with your velvets, anything textured, you want to make sure that your nap is all running the same way. So don't forget, it's very important to run your nap all in the same grain line. The construction of the dress was extremely easy. I got this cut out, sewed up, even with interruptions, probably in about 3 hours. So it's a very doable dress if you're in a hurry. You want to wear something glam to a night out or a Christmas party or a cocktail event, even New Year's Eve, that type of thing. Or if you want to just dress it right down, there's plenty of options there. Depending on your fabric choice, you can dress it down as well. So my take on this is that the flounce midi style is excellent for a cocktail, as I say, dressier events. And the fit and flare options, I think you can do more of a daytime look with that. You can have it a midi or a maxi length as well. You could go for a tropical, a vibe fabric. You could, yeah, as I say, totally dress it down. So don't forget, if you can adapt the pattern, go for it. And the exciting thing with the Pattern Emporium range is that you can see on the bottom of their description, they'll show you what the mashup pattern pieces are to go with it. So for example, this dress can be mashed up with the Hello Gorgeous top sleeve, the puff sleeve. It'll list all the different dresses or tops that you can mix and match. So really up to you how creative you want to get, and really it's just it's an endless supply of different inspirations as far as patterns and designs go with this particular dress. Shows you've got two pieces, one for the top and one for the skirt, and you need to join the pieces together and lay them out on your fabric as one piece. So you want to cut the whole front and the whole back of the dress out as one whole piece. So less seam, no seams through the middle. It gives you that nice fluid drapey style dress. You won't have a lot of seams and stitching lines and that sort of thing. So very cleverly done there. Another thing I like about the pattern is the fact that if you want to do the midi dress with a scoop neck, she will tell you exactly what pattern pieces you need to print. So you don't need to print the whole dress out with every different version. You want to save a bit of printing and a bit of paper. You might say, okay, I want to have the ballet neck and the midi dress. So she'll say print pages 7, 8, 9, 14, 21, what, you know, she'll just sort of give you a rundown of all those pattern pieces. And then you'll find that they'll all link up together and you'll just get that perfect pattern for yourself. The whole front and whole back piece is one to cut out. The actual straps are also included in the one pattern piece, so you don't have to do all separate straps. The only thing you need to do separately is your binding for your scoop neck. And for the most challenging thing about the pattern is doing the binding, which is fairly easy. And depending on your fabric choice, the more stable the fabric, the easier it is to do the binding. They're very bra friendly, very comfortable to wear. I've got a few more of these planned for summer. I think I love it a lot more than what I thought. It'd be a bit more daring than what I thought as far as the form-fitted shape. So don't be turned off by it, because it actually is a flattering figure-hugging gown, and done in the right fabric, I'm sure you'll be really happy with it as well. Pattern Emporium patterns come in sizes 6 to 24. Very well thought out too as far as fabric purchasing goes. This dress I did out of 2.2 meters and I had quite a bit left over. And especially when considering the flounce is like a sort of like a circle skirt shape, it uses quite a lot of fabric up. So it's quite conservatively thought out with fabric. It's not as fabric hungry as what I thought. But when you're going for the fit and flare maxi, of course, that's going to extend your fabric usage there. So you'll see, yeah, as far as fabric suggestions goes, there's ITY, there's modal, there's cotton jersey, those sort of things. I think the drapier knits would look fantastic in the fit and flare. For, as I say, for the more figure hugging style with the flounce, I would always go for more of a structured knit. If I had have gone with the first Pattern Velvet that I had chosen, I probably never would have made it again, because it just threw me off and I wasn't happy with it at all. But I thought, no, I really need to look at the more structured style of knit fabric to get the intended pattern look that they're going for, and I'm really happy I did because it's turned out a lovely dress. Pattern Emporium is an Australian company, and I'm all for supporting Australian companies. I have purchased this pattern, and I've also purchased the Hello Gorgeous puff sleeve tee, which I'm really excited to make as well, because I think it's the puff sleeve, it's not a huge puff, but it's big enough to be something really different, because I think that kind of sleeve has not been used for quite a long time, but it's slowly heading back. And I absolutely love the beautiful, gorgeous, flattering square rounded neckline. I think it's a lovely style on most people. It's just something that you don't see a lot in stores, and when you do, it's there's either something missing from it that you don't quite like. So the fact that if you can sew your own party dress, you can customize it to whatever fabric you want, you can do any kind of length you want, you can add on a sleeve, take away a sleeve. So what's not to love about making your own clothing for the festive season? It's not important to have an overlock or a serger to make this. You can do it quite easily in a zigzag option or a stretch option on your machine, especially with a lot of knits and jerseys. You don't always need to overlock and finish seams off because they don't fray. So that's a winner for me if you don't always have to do the finishing off, and it can save time if you're in a hurry to make yourself a party dress on the run. Go for a knit. It's a lot easier in the long run. It can save you time with fitting issues. This one I actually cut out the straight size 16, and when I cut it out, I made it a little bit bigger on the hip and sort of thigh area, and when I got it on, it was too big. I had to take it back in again. So don't think, okay, I'm going to have to give it a lot of room because it's figure hugging, because you won't get that really nice sculpted shape. So look at your measurements carefully and don't upsize too much just because it's a figure hugging gown, because you need to have that shape of the dress. It's a very hourglass fitted shape. And as I say, it looks great on a lot of the models. There are so many pattern testers for this pattern company in all different shapes, sizes, ethnicities, ages. So you can really gather a lot of information on what will suit you, and you can see that on different body types and think, okay, that looks great on her, I'm going to go for that. I actually saw this on a lady on the cover model and thought, you know what? She's not a size 6. She's more like my size, and she looks brilliant. She looks confident and fantastic. And why do I always need to be draping myself in loose fitting clothing? I think it just gives you a bit more empowerment. You feel fantastic and you feel confident, and get yourself in a nice, bold, rich color and textured fabric, and you'll stand out and you'll feel fantastic. When you wear a certain color and you feel fantastic, and people notice, and usually they will comment. And I know myself, if I go out and I see someone in a lovely bright dress or something that really stands out, and I've noticed that person and they look fantastic, why can't I then do the same? Don't be scared of using color and standing out, because really you always notice those people and they do exude confidence, and color plays a big part in that. Many years ago in retail, I remember back in the 80s, a lot of people went and had their color charts done, and they would come in with the swatches of colors and say, okay, if I only wear these 10 colors, this is what I've been told suits me. And it was really restrictive on what they might have found something they absolutely loved that was a tad out of their color range, so they wouldn't buy it because a consultant had told them not to shy away from the color chart. So it's a real shame, because they actually felt fantastic in what they had on. So don't be scared to step out of your comfort zone when it comes to pattern and color. Be bold and be exciting. If you've enjoyed my review today and you want to see more from my channel, don't forget to click and subscribe. Have a fantastic holiday season, and I will see you very shortly for a new episode and some new makes that I've been busy with for the last month or so. Cheers, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.